So this is now the unboxing of 5070 Ti. 5070 Ti is the best value in this generation of Nvidia. So there's a few models. I've already shown you the Ventus, which is installed in my system. Now this is a Solid, and we're going to be using these for AI and lots of other things. So let's see a detailed comparison. Basically, so far there's no difference in overclocking capability between any of these models. So if you want to overclock, basically the basic model overclocks just as well, because it's undervolting that's really overclocking, not anything else. Any other technique just doesn't overclock. I mean, power limits don't seem to have an impact. Maybe max 1%, but that's not something that you'd paying $250 more for. Design-wise, they're very different, which is why I think instead of benchmarks, you got to focus on the build, because aesthetics and build quality will have an impact on life. Most of them have 3 years warranty. So this is the unboxing. Let's start with the Zotac. And let's zoom out. Okay. Zotac has two models. One is the OC model, which has got a higher power limit. One is a non-OC model. And I guess that's the main difference between the models. And it's got some, Zotac gives you some stickers, and I'm not going to open them because these are still going to be brand new, but you can see. It's still an SFF card. It's from both angles. Now the OC model has two BIOSes, dual BIOS. I don't think this one has a dual BIOS. I cannot see any switches here. Is that a dual BIOS? No. Doesn't have a dual BIOS, unfortunately. But, I mean, dual BIOS is overrated. Unless you want to overwrite the BIOS. It's not really that much of a deal. Plus, if you have another CPU that has a display output, you can always restore your BIOS. It's not an end of the world if one of your BIOSes get corrupted. So that was purchased for $829 at Micro Center, plus tax, which goes on top. And this is Msrp model, which we can now compare. We open, so this is a double unboxing, and you can see what. Hey, the Gigabyte. How does it unbox? I don't know how it works. Does it work? Okay, you go. No. It's pretty weird. I think it's on this side. Okay, there we go. So the Gigabyte one, we can also see similar. So let's start zooming in and see what's going on. The Gigabyte. Gigabyte one, it's a bit neater organization, though I'm not sure if that's practical. It's a more weird-like. And the Gigabyte one is kind of sealed, so it's kind of difficult to undo it without like creating some kind of a mess. Not sure why Gigabyte does 3 stickers. Seems to be like a check to see if it was open sticker, but I mean, just causes problems for retailers if they want to resell a customer return, because it's like it's going to show that the customer's opened it. It's okay, whatever. Anyways, a display model. So let's look at this. It's the Gigabyte WindForce. Previously, it used to have the Eagle and the WindForce were pretty much the same, one and the same. Now, in modern Gigabyte is doing kind of like different models. Oh my God, the thing is coming out. Okay, just make sure that there's no damage here. Looks fine. Again, there's no dual BIOS here, so there's only one BIOS. And okay, physically, I can tell you that the Gigabyte actually feels heavier a little bit. I'm not sure if it's just my feeling. It's a little bit bigger. It's got a plastic shroud here. It's got metallic rear. Now the Gigabyte is similar to the Ventus. There's no pads, thermal pads on the back plate. And unfortunately I can't tell what the VRM situation is like. But the Ventus has 14 phase VRM. This one, yeah, I think the Zotac is smaller. So you can see the Zotac is definitely smaller. And we can zoom out and see is the Zotac smaller. So the Zotac is just marginally smaller. It's actually 2 slots and the Gigabyte is probably 2.5. And I think the Ventus is slightly bigger than the Zotac actually. I think that's the case. Now, any other things that you can notice is that the number of heat pipes. So MSI has the Shadow, which got less heat pipes and slightly cheaper than the Ventus, but heat pipes cost, a couple of dollars. So not sure why they charge so much more or less just by a few heat pipes. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heat pipes on the Zotac that I can see, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 heat pipes. So just make sure the Zotac actually has only 5. So tell me the Zotac is actually worse build. Is that the case? 1. I would expect higher temperatures then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, they both have 6. They both have six heat pipes going out from extending to the open area of the fans are smaller on the Zotac, so you're likely to get higher volume, which is quite surprising because this is MSRP model, so this is $750 plus tax, and you see it's got thermal pads and stuff. This is slightly above MSRP. It's not the OC model, but it's actually being selling for $829, and the only advantage of the $70, which is like obviously a ripoff, is this has got thermal pads. You see the Solid? It's got thermal pads on the reverse. So the Solid gives you thermal pads on your back plate, while the Gigabyte WindForce doesn't give you thermal pads. But that's definitely not worth $70. I mean, you can get thermal pads for like a few dollars here, $10, and it's pretty cheap thermal pads at the end, the ones in the rear. That's it really. In terms of caps, we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 caps on one side. There looks to be more on the Gigabyte, but actually you can't count without opening it. Don't want to open it at this point. That's it. Yeah, if you subscribe, I will provide you some benchmarks and max overclocking and all the other stuff. Otherwise, it's probably a lot of effort to make these videos, and I don't have a big enough following. Thank you, and see you next time.